quickly. Let's go! Let's Double tomorrow, 9 p.m. at the Chabad. Vavi Mishkan Evne Chevre Parshas Truma, the building of the Mishkan. Mamash has built a Mishkan inside our hearts, inside our souls. Welcome on. Cover this is Mamash, the biggest week ever. If you guys are around Teaneck, come to my house tonight for a tish, for bring, and tomorrow night just got word at 9 p.m. downtown New York City, Chabad House. Rav Davidol is going to be there. Hopefully, I'll be there as well. Karakowski, Kira will be there. Lama, I'm flying in from Florida. So many good things. So many good things. Tamar, how are you? Chavra, before we start, everything tonight is for Refuah, all the learning, Refuah for Pesach Reuven ben Yosef Sarah, Baruch Bas Yehudis, Miriam Dodi Bas Chani Ucheved, Yonah Bas Basia, Shir Bas Basia, Sinai Reuven ben Mani, and I'm getting a name here, Mika ben Carmela. May she have a refuah. And halacha l'maisa. One may not enter these sanctuaries, right? We're talking about the laws pertaining to a synagogue, a study hall, neither to escape from the heat when it is hot, nor to escape from the rain when it is raining, right? So let's say you're in Herzliya on a hot summer day and you're walking on the streets and you're sweating your brains out and you just walked out of your apartment, and the second you step out of your apartment, you have the literally sweating. It doesn't make sense. The heat in Israel. And then you see Gisson 6, you see the shul. You're like, Gevaldik, they got the air conditioners in there. You can't go in for that purpose. That wasn't say here. That wasn't say, let's open up our hearts. The kids are Shulchan Aruch. One must enter to call out his fellow, right? For a personal need, let's say. He should enter and first read some verses of the Torah, right? You should not appear as if he entered for your own personal needs, right? If you're coming over to a friend, right? If you're consulting a friend who's inside the synagogue, inside the study hall, it says here that first you should go and read some verses of the Torah, Tehillim, right? And then go over. You don't want to make yourself like you're like it's for your own needs. All right, Geshmak. Or learn a Mishnah or recite a prayer. Or if you cannot learn any of these himself, he should listen to some words of learning from another. Or if nothing else is possible, he should at least remain there for a short time, right? Geshmak, when you walk into the Beis Midrash, Torah, that's what you start off with. Since even spending time in these sanctuaries is also mitzvah. And only after he's done one of these things, should he call out his fellow. Right? So if I want to talk to my fellow, I want to talk to them about a personal matter, you walk into the Beis Midrash, and you start off with Torah, hearing Torah from another person, even like a shir, and then you go over. Now, we're moving on to Sichot 23, a beautiful Sichot from Rabbi Nachman, one to think about. We have to think about all of his Sichos in a deep way, internalize them, be misbonen on them, but especially this one. The Rebbe once said that everyone can see pity in this world. People do not want to be the objects of such pity and therefore pursue worldly things. Right? So if you see some homeless chavra on the street, right, you're telling yourself you don't want to be that person, then you work really hard to earn a lot of money, right? Because you don't want to be in that position. People see the pity others have for those who are hungry, thirsty, or in serious trouble. They know how others react to a person who doesn't have clothing or shoes. Therefore, they do not want to find themselves in such a predicament. We don't want to be in that situation where we don't have the shoes, where we don't have clothing, where we don't have food, chas v'shalom. Right? So we have pity on those people, and we try our best to not be in that position. But one who sees clearly can also perceive the great pity we must have on souls in the world to come. In the future life, there are souls that are literally naked. Now we'll explain what that means in a second. Let's open up our hearts. Still, it is impossible to show them any pity. So just like there's souls in this world who seem like they're naked, who seem like they don't have food, clothing, shoes, the whole thing, in the world to come, Olam Haba, there will be those same or similar souls, those naked souls. But let's see what that means. If a person lacks clothing in this world, others can take up a collection and buy it for him. Right? We have the ability, if we're working hard to earn a lot of money, or even if we're not earning a lot of money, we have the opportunity to give tzedakah, to give money to other people, giving to other people in such a way where we can put shoes on other people, clothing on other people, give food to other people. But such pity is impossible in the world to come. The clothes one needs in that place are Torah and good deeds, and these cannot be given as charity. So in this world, in Olam Hazeh, we have the opportunity to put the garments, to give people the food they need to function. Right? But in the world to come, food like a pastrami burger in this world won't be available to that person as charity in the world to come. Or a nice jacket, or some nice clothing. That's not the garments, that is not the soul, that's not the food that we'll be having in Olam Haba. But a person who is close to a true tzaddik can run to him and receive from him some article of spiritual clothing to put on. Right? We spoke about it yesterday, attaching ourselves to the true tzaddik, right? Trying our best to find and be on the constant search, whether it's in the Sfarim, whether it's in real, the tzaddik is alive, right? Finding that tzaddik. Is this a really scary Sichot so far? Baruch Hashem. Let's keep going. The Rebbe discussed this another time and said that in the world to come, many people will be left outside. They'll cry in a bitter voice, "Give us something to eat." These people will be screaming like the people in this world are screaming. But people will come to them and say, "Here's food and water. Here's a pastrami burger. Here's some mayim. Eat, drink." But those outside will answer, no, we cannot use such food. What we need is food of Torah and devotion. Right? In the world to come will be so obvious that all along the real food was Torah and mitzvos, right? Good deeds. Other people will be left side naked and they too will cry, "Give us something to cover ourselves. Give me some garments. Give me some food." Again, people come to them and say, "Here's some clothing, right? Here's a nice jacket. Here's a nice scarf. Here's a nice hat." But they'll also reply, "No, such clothing is absolutely useless to us. We need mitzvos and good deeds to cover ourselves with." Right? So essentially in the world to come, our food, our soul food is Torah. Right? We'll have a buffet, more than a buffet, more than we could imagine of Torah. And our garments are the good deeds we do in this world, the mitzvos. And now let's to conclude, the Rebbe said, "Fortunate is he who is worthy of eating many chapters of Mishnah." Guys, this is famous Rabbi Nachman line. I'll say it again. Ashrei to those who are worthy of eating many chapters of Mishnah, drinking a number of psalms of Tehillim, and clothing himself with some mitzvos. Chavra, just a little more. A little bit is also good. A little bit is also good. It doesn't mean we have to shoot for the stars right this second. Adding little bit by little, la'at la'at. and just adding more credits to ourselves, more garments, more food, more spiritual food, the whole thing. Chavra, questions, comments, please feel free. That was a hard one. It's a hard one, mamash.
Shlomo Kolbach says so beautifully the same idea that we're not bringing about, that there'll be a time in the world, not only in the world to come, but in the world, because the Haran says it's the world to come is the world that's always coming. The world to come is the world that's always coming, and there's always moving forward. But Shlomo says that there will be a time in the world where the children will run up to the parents and say, Tati, I'm hungry, Imma, give me some water. And they'll hand them a cup, and the kid will look at it and say, this is not what I asked for. They'll say, I don't want this cup of water. I want food. I want load some, it says in the pasuk. הנה ימים באים עם השם אלוקים, לא צמא ללחם ולא רעב ללחם ולא צמא למים. They're not hungry for bread and they're not thirsty for water. אלא השם malchut, only for the name of Hashem. Gewalt, not chavruta. Gewalt.
Chavra, we should be healthy, happy, and successful. Oh man. Chavra, it's Torah mitzvos. Be a good person. La'at. We just gotta strive to be good Yidden, good people. Try improving, have a growth mindset each and every day. Come closer to Rebbeinu Shalom. Come closer to Am Yisrael. The whole thing. Chavra, everyone should be healthy, happy, and successful. With finals, Bezrat Hashem should get a passing grade and more. Shefa. Chavra who are guarding, Chavra who are working out, Chavra who are tishing. We should all be B'Simcha Tamid Adar Chodesh Tov. Purim! 42 days. And 2 days until Shabbos Kodesh.